one, always check the audio software. I almost forgot to hit record at one point and that was when I had a guest. Alright, okay, so we're good. So we are live. So what is up, guys? It's Mr. T coming at you live from NYC. Welcome back to Convos, our podcast over here at TimTalks. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. So, you guys don't know, this episode's gonna be a little bit more chill. It's gonna be a little bit more personal rather than professional, but nonetheless, we're gonna try and address the comment that this person laid out for us. And you notice that I said us as well because I actually have a hell of a lot more guests over here on the show. So, you guys remember my man Jason, who's over here? Say hello, man.
What's up, guys? Hello, New York.
So, alright, and so if you guys remember from way before, that was probably like the third episode, the twin. A very identical twin, but honestly, since I know them so well, I can already tell the two apart. So this is my man Jaden, his brother. So you want to give your greetings, man?
What's up, NYC? Coming at you. Out here in the Pacific, repping the stuff like that. Shout out to my home. Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome. So like I said, guys, I know it probably won't sound as different in the recording, but honestly, I know them so well, the two, and these are my homies. And then, of course, there is also a third person here, probably just gonna spectate or whatever, but like I said, I know him from before, and like I said, I did know him, and then that's when we all got together. Again, one of the original homies, this JP, or his name, as his full name goes, is John Paul. You want to say hello, man?
Hi, everyone. I'm from Cali. I'm from Saipan. I also from Cali. I'm from Saipan.
If you want to give a little bit of background, he's over in Saipan, just like Jaden and Jason. Loves sports, loves to play basketball, and want to get a couple people online. So if you guys hear a different voice come online, that's just because they probably woke up, because it's actually past midnight over there in Saipan. And then someone else is gonna come online. You guys remember Clarence? He will be on sometime if he happens to wake up, and he might jump on if he does, he'll also give his greetings as well, right? Why I brought the homies over is because someone left this comment about hobbies, and it's just a very straightforward, simple comment. Don't really know if it connects to mental health, but honestly, I feel as though the more people get online, the better, right? So, what I got here is this. So, hold on. So, Mr. T, simple question. You got a hobby? Because I want to get into one, but I don't have a clue of what I want to get into. So, you got any suggestions? Alright, guys, so don't mind if you guys hear it here. That was what you heard earlier. But either way, so what do you guys think about hobbies? What do you guys think?
I think hobbies, as long as it's it's beneficial to you and it's not, I guess, in a way it harms others or harms yourself. I think hobbies to keep yourself busy. And again, there's different kinds of hobbies, but I think just as a rule of thumb, you want to make sure your hobby doesn't harm yourself or harm anyone else. So that's my opinion. I can go into deeper details there, but that's like my overall opinion on that.
True. I get the vibe, because honestly, I don't get how a hobby is if you hurt yourself, because and I get, there's something like extreme sports or whatever, but that's like a professional hobby. So if people want to get into that, right, I'm gonna do a little bit of training, but that can still be a hobby, but just something where you're actually hurting yourself or hurting others, right? But anyone want to jump in on that? What do you guys feel?
I also, like, since if you're having trouble looking for a hobby, what I would do is I would go back to like your childhood or something like that. Just find something that you kind of enjoy. Like, I don't know, say for example, like when you're a kid in school, you used to love drawing. You can start with that.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you just want to go back in time to what made you happy the most, and maybe try to restart that. Because like firstly, from my experience, like I've tried new hobbies, like as an adult, like it takes a while to like learn, or it takes a while to like find a new one. But if you go back like in time to like your happiest memories, it's kind of easier to pick up that hobby that you used to do, right? So,
That's true. Honestly, you get hobbies from like, childhood memories, but also, just because you love doing it. And honestly, it really comes down to just like what's the thing that you picked up, and then from there, what do you want to do with it, right? Because
yeah,
some people, they can change hobbies, right? And just to the person out there who left the comment, getting a hobby really comes down to something from your past. Because I feel as though your hobbies, you can see something, but when you have that feeling like, oh, I remember doing this, or I remember seeing this, or something like that, you just want to do it. And I think that's a good start. So, take it from us, right? So my hobbies are literally like reading, like playing video games, like podcasting now, which is something else that I love, and blogging. So, it really comes down to what you see and what you love. But I want to ask the homies directly. So, what hobbies do you guys like to do?
I mean, I think for me, because obviously, right, we live on an island. Some of the hobbies do involve stuff that you on an island. What's funny is that like sometimes when I go to the beach, I sound like cheap. Sometimes it's like when I go to the beach, right? Like I always try to like stuff like, what I'm doing right now, just sitting on the beach or just like swimming. People would pay thousands of dollars just to do what I'm doing for free. So that really, like, it's like affirmations like that make me think, like, like I'm blessed to live on such a beautiful island. So it's best to make the most of it. So I do like regular things like swimming. I really like swimming, especially like early in the morning. There's a lot of people, so it's not really crowded. And I picked up this hobby during the pandemic. I mean, I used to do this before, but I think during the pandemic, it allowed me to do it. It's called urbexing. It's like it's kind of like hiking, but instead of like going into like mountains or like jungle, you go into like abandoned buildings and structures. Disclaimer: I'm not saying urbexing is. Urbexing, like, it is in a sense sometimes illegal, so you gotta be really careful about like where you go and make sure you are safe and make sure you don't run into like interesting characters. Besides that, there's hiking as well. I like hiking too. And there's a Google like computer that you can platform, especially like like design apps. In terms of like gaming, I wouldn't say I'm an avid gamer. I'm more like a
Casual.
part-time gamer. Yeah, I'm more like a part-time gamer. Like, like I'll play like COD for like a bit, and then if my friends call me to like go like, soccer, go swim, I can drop that in. So I think for this, I'm more like an all-around kind of guy. Basically, most of my hobbies are kind of catered to what's available on island.
Do I get that, honestly? I'm gonna ask your brother, what do you feel, man?
So like for the most part, most of our hobbies are a bit similar. Like, well, one thing that I guess would be unique for me is drawing. It's like way back starting in elementary, I love to draw. Like I love to doodle on like scratch paper and stuff like that. Especially when I was bored, because before I didn't really bring like electronics to school. They not my phone, so I drew. Yeah, and I get like swimming. I love to swim certain times. Really depends on, like in the mood. But yeah, I do take advantage of the amenities here, all the beaches and stuff like that. Even like urban, like I go along with this guy because I gotta keep an eye out for him as well.
Carl as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But honestly, guys, I don't know if you know this, but never got to tell you guys directly, but I don't know how to swim. I actually never. Or here's the thing, when people said, "Oh, the lighter you are, the easier you'll float," Yeah, that doesn't happen. That doesn't apply to me. I felt that it
Yes.
was okay at one point, but then I don't know if someone dragged my, someone dragged me down, but like I felt a tug, and then I slipped underneath at one point. I wasn't traumatized, but that's when I knew that that's wrong. So if you guys have ever like
good.
honestly, if you guys have ever heard someone say the lighter you are, you're gonna float more, they're shizzing on you. It's not true. It's not true at all.
Yeah.
So, I still. What's up?
Float in the water. You just gotta like kick your legs off. And even me before, like I didn't know how to float in water, but like I just kick my legs to come in water. But you will get tired eventually, but it keeps you afloat or something like that. I guess that's a tech. I'm not really sure the actual one, but
No, actually, I heard that was true, and I saw people do that. But I think by the time I caught on to it, I was already flailing in the water. So I was like trying to get the balance. And mind you, I was at the shallow area just trying to experiment. I think that was and that was like high school. I'm not afraid to admit that. But don't get me wrong, I still intend to do so. But mind if I look a little puffy, because that's me wearing a life vest. I will have to wear that still. But hey,
good, man.
and actually, like with my family over here, like I know some family members, and they said the same thing. It's like they can't swim, and I didn't expect it because they also came from the island, and I never thought I'd hear that because they look like they can. I see them in the pool with their with their children, and then when I look at them, I actually never saw them wade in the water, so that confirms that they really couldn't swim. But I honestly would love to get into that. It's just more of I don't want to swim in the Hudson Bay. It's dirty as hell, so I am not counting on that. Yeah, it's not safe. I can find a community pool, but then again, how many people go there in the summer? I'm trying to find a best place to do so, but it's gonna take me some time. So hope for the best for me, right? But yeah.
What about you? What's his? You want to input anything to the thing? What kind of hobbies you?
For me, like for hobbies, like it's more of something like what you think that can calm me down. Like when you're stressed from like, for example, like school or work or something like that. Like something you can do it's like something you can do that helps you relieve that stress. Like mine, I would play like video games. I like playing video games when I'm not outside, but when I am outside, I like playing sports, mainly like basketball, because like it also calms me down. Just like you're just shooting the ball, like while you're like calming your stress down after like a long day or something like that. But mostly when like if I'm not outdoors, it's mostly like just video games in general.
Hey, I'm not gonna argue with that because honestly, when I was young, I remember playing NBA. It was on the phone. I don't know if it was like 2K or live or something like that. And I always remember playing as, and this is before I knew about the stats and like the positions and whatever. I played mostly as Damian Lillard. I think that's the name.
Oh,
so
yeah.
mostly him, and I forgot what team he was. It was something red. The logo was red.
Blazers.
Yeah.
Portland Trail Blazers.
There it is. So the Portland Trail Blazers, and then I remember playing him, and that's where I actually liked basketball. If I had to think about sports, it'd probably be basketball. The only reason why I don't play as often is because my glasses, and the problem is when I don't have them on, it messes with my coordination. So sometimes I'm off balance when it comes to it, because I got astigmatism, which is why I'm very restricted when it comes to playing it. But I absolutely love the sport, and I get it. People love to do it, and I'm not against sports. I literally love it when people take it on as a hobby, especially basketball, volleyball, because doesn't hit. If you can play it and it doesn't hit you hard, then go for it, because honestly that's something that people can have fun with. And then you got like video games. Like I said, I like gaming just as well, and that's something fun to do, honestly. But yeah, so I guess got like a personal question for you guys. So when it comes down to hobbies, it's like how does it help you deal with the stress? Like, what about the hobby that you do makes it so fun that you get rid of the stress of the day? What do you feel?
It kind of makes me forget about why I'm so stressed.
You got some. What are like some stressful things that the hobbies help you with, man? You guys.
Like, let's say like when you go to work and like your manager was just all out just yelling at you, and when you just come home and you just play video games, it makes you forget. It makes you forget what happened that in work or something. Like, you know, like some people, because you know some people like they will get like when you're at work, your manager will sometimes lash out on you. You know, so like when you go home, it kind of makes me like forget about my manager or boss like yelling at me when I come home. Just yes, I'm free. Play video games.
Yes,
There
sir.
you go.
Arnold?
Carl, join me.
I just wake up.
Good morning.
When
Yeah, so I was just asking. Okay, guys. So if you guys don't know, this is one of the other homies. This is Carl. I met him while I was working as a barista, and then he worked across from me at the mini mart, and then we mostly chilled over there, and then sometimes in the restaurant. So he also happens to meet my compadre to my goddaughter. So actually, all of them are, I think. So I know you guys would like to see photos, so hopefully my sis can do the icons. You want to give your greetings, man? Say hi.
oh, hi guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Carl.
Hear that beautiful sound of someone who we just woke up. But yeah, so the question
Yeah,
I was
well.
asking for you guys, I was asking them was, you know, how does hobbies help with, you know, like mental stress? You know, you can get your time to like think about that, but I want to ask the twinsies, you know, how do hobbies help you guys?
I think for me personally, like, you know, like sometimes in your life you feel like that you're not in control of your life. I mean, I know like there's this saying that, you know, you control your own life, but honestly for me sometimes like some stuff it feels like I can't even control. It's out of my control.
Mm.
And with drawing, I know that, you know, like when you're drawing, you're looking at a blank piece of paper or whatever canvas that you use.
Mhm.
You feel like it creates something like in your own vision. You feel like that you're in control of this world you're about to draw out or paint out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
I get
if you
that.
feel you can take control, you feel like you can make something to your liking that you want to do for once. You know what I mean?
No, I get that because you got like a vision, and then also, you know, you want to deal with the stress, and you know, you speak through your art, right? So to speak. It's kind of like that. Nice. I get that. What about your brother? How do you, Jake?
I mean, basically the same as JP and January said, you know, like, you know, when it comes to things like stress, especially for me, I think the most common form of stress is like making sure like I get like multiple tasks done on time because of the plan. And you know, like I remember when we were used to work for Project Bro and Tim, like how we used to have videos.
Yeah.
How Mal used to say like, oh, like make sure you only do that stuff like in the office, but I still remember that I still did some of them even after work, like at the house, even though I wasn't supposed to. But I just did it for the sake of like getting it done. Because after I was leaving, I would just be doing my own personal work. But yeah, I think Tim, if you what Jan and JP reiterated, it's like with your hobby, you know, it allows you to kind of just de-stress. Basically, it helps affirm that you're in your house or you're by yourself, you're on your own time, you can do whatever you want, you don't have to worry about nobody telling you what to do, you don't have to worry about doing this or doing that, making sure this is done. You know, it's a really liberating feeling to know that you can basically do whatever you want at this point.
You know, I get that, honestly. You know, you got the time, and just get rid of the stress, get some relief, and, you know, just end the day right? Because, you know, there'll be your manager yelling at you, there'll be your teacher scolding you, parents yelling at you, whatever, right? But, you know, at the end of the day, it's more like, how do you want to end it off, right? Because, you know, we all been there once, right? we've all been stressed, and we just want to get rid of it, and in a healthy way, right? All right. So, Carl, just want to ask, are you up for answering the question, real quick? Yeah.
What's up?
What was that question again?
No worries, man. So, the question is that, when you got a hobby, right? So, how does it help you get rid of the stress?
Oh, so yeah, basically my hobbies were just playing basketball and stuff. So what it tells me is, especially when I'm mad, right? I put all of my, my stress over there and take it out by playing basketball. And it's just a good way of getting rid of your stress and not harming anyone, because you just want to be competitive in a way that you just wanna, in a way that, how do you say this?
No worries, man.
Take your
Yeah,
time.
in a way that how do you say that? Like, just to take out your adrenaline rush, right?
Oh, okay, I get it.
And also, I think that is for now. It's just the hangover while sleeping.
No, it's all right. Yeah. No, like I said, 2 a.m. I totally
Yeah, but
get
that
it.
nothing,
Like,
bro.
yeah, I know, I totally get it, but I just wanted to hear from the homies again. Just because, and I agree with all of y'all, because literally de-stress, the adrenaline rush, and all that stuff, you gotta get rid of it some way, right? And
Yeah, bro, for real.
yeah, and honestly, like I said, I don't do sports, even though, like, before, I'm gonna be honest, so before, I used to think of sports differently, but now that I see it, it's like, it's fun, and that's such a good way to get rid of the stress. And then, you got video games, you also got drawing, you got all these things. But, to that person who left this comment, because someone actually left a comment before you came in, about how to find out a hobby, because I feel like it boils down to, again, what do you know that you love before, something that you really couldn't question, and then from there, what is it that can help you get rid of the stress? Because it's always gonna happen: school, work, family obligation, all that stuff, right? But like you guys all brought up, really, there's gonna be different ways in doing so. And if you can find something healthy, you're not hurting anyone, you're not hurting yourself, you're not hurting other people, and you love doing it, and it helps you get rid of all that stuff, all that shiz, then go for it. That's your hobby. The road is open to that. So yeah, thanks guys for helping out this person. But now comes the other half, just to catch up on you guys. So again, where I met all the homies, I don't know exactly when or where. So like I said, I don't know who was the first person that I remember talking to. I think it was Carl first. I think it was Carl. And then from there, when I was a barista, he was working at the mini mart, and then I met JP. He worked at Ace Hardware. I think all of you guys out there in the world knows what Ace Hardware is. That beautiful store.
Yeah.
And then from there, met the twins, and then it was over when I was working as a tutor at a place called Project Pro as part of the college, or the local college in Saipan. And then when I saw these guys, and what I was trolled because I thought I saw the same person until the other brother went around the corner and I said, yo, they're twins. So that threw me off. And then if you guys remember Clarence, I remembered he was a colleague of mine. So that's where I met all these guys. But just the personal side of this podcast, how have you guys been though?
Right, actually, the first time I actually saw you, I remember, was actually when you were still working in the barista, the yogurt place. I remember I sometimes going there, just hang out with Carl, and I'd see you, then, just exchange a few words. But I think it wasn't until Pro where we actually got to know each other, because you and Carl, you guys came in at the same time. Because actually, before that, I think it was only me, Jaden, and Open. We were the new ones, and then you
from there. Oh, went up from there. So, hey, I just want to ask you guys, where are you guys at right now in your life? What are you guys up to? What are you guys doing at the moment? For everyone out there.
Finding a job.
Finding a job.
So,
No.
It's school and work.
ready to
Hey, but how's school and work, by the way?
Man, my job right now is stressful.
Oh,
Stressful.
yo, how come?
I have plenty dramas just this morning.
Yeah.
So I wanna get rid of my job already. So I'm gonna look for for a better job with a healthy environment.
Hey, I like
Someone
that.
would appreciate me.
What
But for
kind
real,
of-
I hate my job already.
What kind of drama did this happen?
Oh, I'm currently the assistant buyer for Joten right now.
Ooh.
But my coworker, they're all toxic. So I was like, I don't need this in my life.
at your life tomorrow.
I like that. And where do you plan to go?
And-
Like, where do you plan to go from there? Like,
Maybe somewhere in the admin thing, like an
Ooh.
office work,
oh,
or it can be a. But for now, the government is not really good. So yeah, I'm gonna look for like maybe the sister company or any federal courts.
Oh,
So
Hardware.
Transition phase.
okay.
Kind of
Ace Hardware. I think my manager's not gonna let me go JP, but I wanna go Ace Hardware because they have bonus and stuff.
Hey, no, it's not about the bonus.
Nice. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, like, what happened with the administration? Not to just my home, but I'm just curious what's going on there.
let's just say. Go ahead, Carl. Wanna go ahead, Carl?
Oh, you wanna say? Just say.
I'll just say then. Let's just say the last administration was not, their policies were very, questionable. I don't want to throw out that big word, C word, but I think about the government, it's the C word. So now that the new government's in, they're basically trying to clean house. So it's a transition period, basically. So like I was talking to you earlier to write about what was going on. So basically, a whole bunch of people got laid off. That was because what I heard was that these jobs were created, but they weren't even supposed to be created. It was because of the ARPA funds or something like that. And now that this whole thing is now the administration's out, the new one's in, they're trying to put the spending because the last administration, they tried to make out a lot of money. In fact, I think it was the day before the new administration was to be sworn in, the last governor literally took all the furniture from the governor's office and they don't have nothing now. So basically, the CMI is that we're not in a bad place, but we're not in a good place. We're still trying, we're in that transition phase where everything's still changing and those kinds of stuff. And it's funny too because I remember it was January. I went to Rhoda, and for those of you who don't know, Rhoda is one of the other islands in our Commonwealth. And I went to the airport. They still had the photo. It's it just travels slow.
Yeah.
But what Carl's saying is that a lot of companies now they're actually looking to get rid of people and hire. That's why it's kind of job hunt competitive. Job hunting is really it's an actual hunt because you're competing with tons of other people. Today in the interview I was telling you guys about, initially I thought I was only one of maybe 4 or 5 candidates. It turns out there was 32 candidates that applied for the same job.
Yo.
So it's that. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's kind of and I think first I applied for a job at CUC, which is the police company. And there was 42 people trying to apply for that one position.
Dang.
So,
What the
I mean,
heck?
I'm not saying it's impossible to find a job. I mean, look at our that guy. He's been on job hunting ever since we graduated in May, and he finally got his job. And I see.
Dang.
I think it's just it is really like a hunt out there.
Dang. So you're saying?
It's like,
Oh, what's up? Go for it.
it's like they're pushing people out, and you're like trying to like push past the people to get in. Basically, that's what's happening.
Yo. So it's actually not the new administration. They're trying to fix up the old one, right? So
Yeah, I mean, 'cause with the new administration, like I said, right, it was actually a good number of administration are also from the last administration.
oh,
So, there's still kind of that like period of uncertainty. So basically, like we're just trying to see like what this government is doing, but basically they're just like really cleaning house at this point. All these companies and stuff. Like I don't like we can go into like that's actually another topic for discussion about like what went down the CMI, but basically like all these like groups, individuals, companies that were connected with the last administration. Some say received money, but the money wasn't clean. They're now being like hunted out because even the last governor, or like our previous governor, he's not even on island anymore. Like, we don't even know where he is. Like
wait, he
like
disappeared?
down.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where he is. I haven't said anything about.
So, if you guys don't know what's going down, so, in the CNMI, not to get political or anything, but let's just say that, regardless of politics, one side or another, or a third party or whatever, this person was probably not the most ideal at that moment. And don't get me wrong, the island was still functioning, but there were just sort of like alliances that were going down. So I think that was like you're saying, those alliances, business alliances, and you kind of see where it went from there. So what Jason was saying, and then if you guys were trying to catch up on that, basically now those companies were literally being implicated for being connected with the previous governor and that administration. And then now, because the funds were just moved around a lot illegally, then now they're in trouble. But honestly, I'm hoping for the best for you guys. Hopefully the job hunt is not gonna be as bad. And if anything, I'm willing to hire down some people over in New York in case this goes up. So honestly, I might be asking for you guys, come on, not just for that, but also, to help me out, set things up over here. Because honestly, if you guys want, I mean, working in the Big Apple. And honestly, it is awesome to be over here just because I can contact other people and say, hey, if you have an opportunity, I'm not gonna BS you. There is something over here. Like, literally, there's always gonna be something here. I got you guys. But seriously, with all that stress, I think that's why we need more of those hobbies. Just because, when you're dealing with something as big as a government, you want to start out small with your life and just try and get away from that for the time being, right? Because leave that to the professionals. But the way you described it as like a witch hunt. So, like, how is it the job market out there? Like, where you just see people running around and trying to find other jobs, or like, how is it? Because
I mean, I think it's mostly just people who got axed on their last job, trying to find a new job. I mean, it's not like apocalyptic kind of things, or it's like people are like already starving and stuff like that, because there's welfare, obviously. But it's more competitive than I would say like in the last few years, because this especially it goes back to the whole like election season in November. But traditionally in the Marianas, right, like electoral campaigns, like they're very civil. I mean, yeah, they'll throw shade here and there and whatnot, but at the end of the day, like, parties are very civil and stuff like that. But this election season, like, we had people like vandalizing signs, tearing them down, vandalizing the governor's property, and like, I mean, compared to other countries, that may seem like, oh, that's like a normal thing, but in the CNMI, it's like kind of a big thing,
Yeah, that rarely happens.
Yeah, that barely happens. If that ever happened, that's why a lot of people like kind kind of shocked. And when the new governor came in, he actually apologized to the people of Cinema. Like, I apologize for what you guys saw during the election season because that was never, it's never happened in the recent history of the Cinema. So, I think a lot of like tension simmering, but for the most part, I think people here they stick to like speak kind to others, because there hasn't been like any fights or anything like that. It's just in more so in the job market because tons of people are being laid off. So and these are like people that have probably like built careers or like were about to build careers on these jobs. A lot of these people are family oriented people. So like now that the job that you were planning to build a career on or the job that you were at for like a while, now it's gone. You need to feed your kids. You need to, be able to provide for your wife or your husband or whatever. And it's that sense of desperation. Because for me, like I'm a young single male. I don't have any like dependents, that depend on me for fun. So, I guess I'm not trying to mean my self-worth, but I'm just saying as compared to other people, I would say they have more desperation to get a job. But then again, everyone needs a job. So it's a very complicated issue, but hey, that's a good topic for another discussion. But I'm gonna let these other because I'm afraid
No worries, man. No worries. I feel like like I said, I need more voices over there on what's happening because I didn't know what the heck was going on in Saipan ever since, and I didn't know that upon leaving and then past election, and I didn't know that was happening down over there. But like I said, I'm gonna try my best over here on my end. If I see something over here that fits you guys, again, telejobs, digital jobs are everywhere now. So if I hear something or see something that falls in line of best fit with you guys, I'm gonna hit you guys up. Because honestly, you homies are going through a lot. And what with JP in college, welcome to our life. And hopefully you get past that. Hey, we're rooting for you. We're gonna be here for y'all. Okay? And then Carl, if you need something there, just like a clear description, I know it's 2 in the morning, but like if you can give me a description of what you want to look out for, what you want to find, I'm gonna see what I can do on my end over here. See, and like I said, it's the Big Apple. I mean, imagine over here, not to brag or anything, but it's just really the policy over here in New York. The minimum wage here is 15. It's 15, and they have to pay that. So, like, when it's like 20 hours, that's already 300. I'm just calculating in on the top of my head, and then you have all the tax credits and whatever. And then over here, it's like they also have this program, which is why I was kind of delayed with getting onto the podcast. I actually had this interview for this program where they actually not only give you food stamps, but they also give you physical cash to help out your means. So, again, there's always opportunities over here. I learned that, which is why I'm thankful, and that's why I'm trying to get those opportunities over down there to Saipan. The good opportunities, I got you guys, right? And, again, hope for the best for Saipan. Welcome to New York. That's the political environment. It gets like that. It's messed up. But hope for the best, right? So, hey guys, before we end off the episode, and just for these guys over here, what's your best bit of advice from the homies in terms of like mental advice dealing with all this stress? Like, what's the best bit of advice?
I think my advice would be do things at your own pace. Like you may feel like that you need to catch up with other people, especially like if you look at your peers in your same age group. Like don't really take that to heart. Everything's at your own pace. Do what feels right for you or for your loved ones or for your friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just do you. Because I think we tend to often compare ourselves to like other people our age. Like, man, like these guys, like they've gone off to college. They've started up stuff like that. Like, man, why couldn't I do that? And on some levels, you can aspire to be that, but at the same time, you gotta think what's best for you as well, or what you actually want for yourself. I mean, if you want to go to college, if you want to start your own business, if you want to travel across the world, it's whatever you want, whatever feels like is right for you.
Oh, really?
Don't try and compare yourself with other people, because it may not be all that it seems. Just do it for you. Do it for what you want yourself to be in the future. And yeah, that is my advice.
That sounds.
And
Go for it, man.
sorry. So for me, what would I like to advise is just choose the group of friends that you're comfortable with, and because there's a lot of negative people, and you don't want to blend with them, right? The more negative people that you put in your life, the more it can affect your life. It's just like a tomato. If you have a rotten tomato in a lot of fresh tomato, the other fresh tomato is gonna get damaged or spoiled, right? And
Words.
yeah, I was just wanna say that not metaphor stuff, but and also yeah, just like what Jaden said, just be yourself, do what you love, and everything's gonna be fine.
Oh yeah,
In the end of the day, the only thing that can help yourself is yourself,
for sure.
and that's it. Yeah.
Yo, that hit hard. I like that. What about the rest of my homies? What do you guys feel?
Same thing as Carl said, all about the people you are with. I'm not saying you should limit your friend options, but be with people who will empower you, like Mr. Tim. He's our fan.
What?
He's a very good leader. He encourages us, and we encourage him. So be with people that will to grow and be kind to them. Because if you guys constantly tell each other, like just do it, you got your back, then it'll really allow the person or allow yourself to actually go. So it's good to have a great support network.
For real. JP,
And you can still, you can still hang out with the negative people. It's just don't make them affect your life, right? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Control your own life.
because you don't want any drama in your life. Oh, I'm gonna avoid these people. You can still be kind to them, but deep inside your heart, just protect yourself at all costs.
Yeah, there we go. That's right.
Yeah.
Because you don't know, honestly, and you don't know
Yeah,
what's going on in
that's
their
true.
head, and it doesn't hurt to judge, right? It doesn't hurt to be safe, right? JP, you got something, man?
I agree. I just agree with what these guys say. Like, it just depends on the people, like the crowd you're with. Yeah, like if you're with the right people, I agree with what they say about being around right people, because you don't want to let the wrong people control your own life and lead you to something bad in your life in the future.
For real. Honestly, best bits of advice. Like I said, you all sounded sexy, so kudos to you guys. But yeah, so if you guys made it to this far into the episode, again, thank you for tolerating the heater as well as the signals. Again, trying to coordinate this on Messenger and finding all the software needed to do this. Again, thank you guys for your patience. And really, again, these guys got you down. They literally said the best things that I could have said, in that, when it comes down to the things that you want to do in life, it literally boils down to, don't let anyone stop you from doing the things you love. Don't let anyone try and put you down, and don't diss the person who's putting you down, because you fall right into their trap. Because you just fall into that endless cycle. It's not gonna go well, right? You be you, do what you want, find the hobbies you love, find the people you love, and then from there, aspire to be a better person, because that's literally the best things that you can do in life. And don't mind if other people are moving along and you feel like they're not, because honestly, they all started from somewhere. They started from down and they're working their way up. So that's literally how life is. You start from the bottom, then you work your way up there. So that's it, right?
Amen.
So again, thanks to the homies for being online for this podcast. I know you guys came in trickling in one by one. and I know I might have disturbed your sleep, but you know it is means a lot, honestly. And I'll try my best because there was just a lot happening in this morning. I'll get down to you guys that later on once I end this episode off. But really, yeah, thanks guys for being on, and means a lot. And like I said, you helped me, I'm gonna help you over here, right? So I'm gonna do my best, right? So again, that is it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys want to give your goodbyes?
Thank you.
See you.
Like and subscribe to hey.
What?
You somehow be back here in the future.
I'll say bye, man.
Get notifications from Tim himself and
Oh my god.
What the heck? And I'm gonna drop my homies links in the description. You know, if you guys want to ask them anything, as you guys know, Jason and Jaden are the twins. I got my man, future NBA player JP over here, and then I got Carl, future administrator and Pinoy representative, representing Filipinos pride. And honestly, we're all Filipinos here, just to let you guys know. So we know culture, we know diversity, we know that shiz, and it's honestly fun just to get everyone's perspective on that. But if I literally show you guys a photo of all of them, like in real life, you'd probably think like this is who I hang out with. Yes, absolutely. You're never gonna find a better bunch. So again, that's their greetings on their end, and so I'm gonna end off this episode. Please like, share, sub, and much love. This is Mr. T, and these are the homies signing off. And much love, and I'll see you all at the next episode, right? Peace. You're never gonna find a better bunch. So again, that's their greetings on their end, and so I'm gonna end off this episode. Please like, share, sub, and much love. This is Mr. T, and these are the homies signing off. And much love, and I'll see you all at the next episode, right? Peace.